Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and release the alternator strap. I forgot to mention, you have to take your wires off your clips so that you won't pull them off. So let's go ahead and break these off from here. There's some clips in the back, I'll show you later when I pull it out, that pretty much hold the wires, your spark plug wires, fastened against the fan shroud. As you can see, the alternator conversion kit is already installed. Unfortunately, when I was editing my third video to upload it to YouTube, I had some issues. My system crashed and I lost most of the videos where I show step by step what I did to remove the original generator stand and then install the new one. Also, I also lost the videos where I showed in how to remove the shroud and how to install it back. So the only thing I can do for you is basically point out and explain to you some of the things that I had to do and fiddle around with so I can get that completed and move on, right? So let me go ahead, pick up the cam and show you exactly what I had to do. Okay, so right now I am focusing the alternator stand. In order for me to be able to actually remove the old generator stand, I had to remove this fuel pump. I took these two bolts off and remove it, set it aside. Then with a swivel socket, I was able to actually remove that back nut over there. Then over here, on this side here, that nut right over there, that furthest one over there, in order for me to be able to remove that one, I had to remove the oil filler neck that you see here. As a matter of fact, this is a new one. This is a chrome one that I had. I removed the OEM, so which is exactly the same shape, but this one is chrome, the other one is not. So that's one of the things that I had to do. Then basically I reversed the process when I was installing it. Put back all of the nuts together and then reinstall my fuel pump. Okay, next, in the back, very important, before you attempt to remove this, you must, please remember this, you must pull back the accelerator tube that houses your accelerator wire here so that you can actually pull this up. Let me show you that. That shiny tube that you see right there, this one right here, when you are about to pull the fan shroud up, you have to take that tube out. And the way you do that is basically you come over here, you free the accelerator cable here by loosening the 8mm bolt right here. You pull that back that way, you push this accelerator cable all the way in until it reaches behind the firewall, and then you go ahead and you pull the tube, which you can actually see it right there. You pull it towards you. Okay. That's one thing. The other thing that you must do is this here, it's your control arm for your flappers inside the fan shroud. You have to take this clip here and remove it, and then you have to do the same thing on the other side of the fan shroud. And then once you remove that, you should be fine to pull this up. To install it, basically you reverse the process. Now here, one of the things that you can't forget to do is that before you can actually reach to that other flapper control arm clip, you have to remove this tin here by removing a 10 mil bolt that you see right here, and also at the bottom over here, the other under the tin that covers your oil cooling tower, there is a bolt that it's a little further down that you must remove to be able to actually lift this. And that's basically all you have to do to remove that. So now that I have explained to you what happened to me, then you will see some of the other parts of the video that were not lost within the process. The video has been edited to 3 parts because it's about 45 or 47 minutes. Please watch till the end. Watch part 1, 2, and 3. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And at the end of the video, give it a thumbs up. Okay guys, so we completed our alternator conversion kit for Sunny. So the rear is pretty much now done. Notice I reinstalled the fresh air corrugated hoses back. The OEM cover, it's set aside. I have a plan for that so that I can actually match my chrome team. For now, I'm just going to use this one right here. Later on, I'll talk to you about what's my plan. Maybe I'll just upload a video showing you what I'm doing. From the 10 shims that I got in the kit, I installed 6 inside and 4 outside to allow for proper gap between the pulley and the belt and have a proper tension. Next, we're going to go inside the car. I am going to show you what wires need to be connected together, and then once we're done with that, then we're going to put the key on and give it a test. If everything works fine, then my warning light should be off. Then we're going to take my multimeter and measure what kind of voltage we have in the alternator. All right, so let's go inside the car. All right guys, so let me show you what I did with the 3 hot wires that I needed to put together after I did my alternator conversion. So I looked around the auto parts to see if I could find a T-connector to do these connections right here, because I did not want to cut off these original jacks. Who knows, you know, I may not want to go back to a generator, but if this car is ever sold or is ever in the market and then somebody buys it and they are all about originality and they want to put a generator back in it, then all of the cables have the OEM jacks and they are not in need to actually redo the wire. So I couldn't find a T connector, as you can see, like this. So I made what I like to call a Y connector. And you may wonder how I got to do this. So I went to Menard, one of our hardware stores here in Black Lake, and I got this plug right here for $1.49, and I took out the 2 copper prom terminals and I bent them in a manner where they look like a Y. And then inside right there, that little screw comes with that. Actually, there's 2 of them. I eliminated one because what I did, I used the screw to actually put them together. So what I did, I took then D plus from that terminal, which connects right there, and then I took the 2 B plus wires, which actually connected here, and I put them together into my homemade Y connection. And best of all is actually made of copper, and you guys know that copper is one of the best current conductors that we can actually have out there. So I would have loved to have a shroud connector like this. I honestly couldn't find one online. Now these jacks right here are too wide for me to be able to use this one. So instead, I'm actually doing this Y connection, and then I'm using some shrink wrap right here, just like so. And I'm going to heat shrink this here, and that all will be protected. So I'm actually doing 2 layers of these, so 1 and then 2. And that's gonna actually fix the problem. Then I'm gonna take this green wire that you see here, and I'm going to actually connect that green wire with this other wire that you see here from 61, and that's going to actually provide a signal for my dummy light. In other words, this wire here is the one that actually goes to your charging warning light. So I'm connecting this wire with what originally was the DF connection in your generator. All right, so that right there is connected. For now, I'm gonna do a test run by just leaving it like that. I'm going to take this wire here and connect it with this wire here. So what I can do is actually find another connector, male to male, and connect these 2 together. So I'll go ahead and find that to do that. All right, guys, so if you remember, the green wire from the generator used to be connected to the DF. Now we're going to unplug this from here, and we're going to connect it with the blue wire going to terminal 61 here. And that's going to be now our alternator warning light. So before, it was actually the generator warning light, but because we have swapped the generator for an alternator, now we're going to rename it the alternator warning light. So if you notice, these are 2 female connections. And again, I don't want to cut off the jack from the wires so that I will keep the integrity of the harness. So what I did, I went into my toolbox, I grabbed myself 2 male splice, and I made a kind of like a fuse link, but it's actually just a little extension where I will be plugging this to this female connection right here, and then the other end to this other female connection here. Okay, so notice that I connected the little extension that I did, the 2 male connectors, to what it used to be DF, and to the blue wire that was connected to terminal 61. And to protect it more, I'm going to use this shrink wrap tubing here, and heat shrink it. That way it'll be protected. But for now, just to do a test run, I'm just going to leave it like that. I might even get a longer piece of shrink wrap and add it so that both ends of the metal terminals are actually protected. So we have completed our wiring inside. The moment of truth, we're going to give it a try, right? So I'm going to go ahead and put the keys in and see if this actually runs. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and measure our voltage. It looks like we're fine. Success. So the engine is running, and if we look here inside the car, no warning lights on, so we got it. Okay folks, so that completes the installation. I hope that my video in some manner will actually help you and aid you for a future reference. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe with somebody, and don't forget to give it a thumbs up. This is Junior with Classic VW Bucks and Sunny the Super Beetle. Junior out.